After Ronnie leaves, Drew's final sacrifice. Cameron Mathison fired, General Hospital spoilers. Port Charles was eerily quiet that evening. The rain tapped lightly against the windows of General Hospital, the sound almost poetic, like a slow heartbeat counting down to something inevitable. Drew Kane, Cameron Mathison, stood in his office, staring at the framed photo of Scout, his daughter. Her smile reminded him of the reason he had kept fighting all these years, for family, for redemption, for peace. But peace was something that had long evaded him in Port Charles. Ever since Ronnie left town, the atmosphere had shifted. Ronnie, once the unpredictable wild card in the lives of the Quatermains, had been both his salvation and his undoing. Their bond had been complicated, built on secrets, guilt, and something that could have been love, if only the timing had been different. When Ronnie left, she took more than just memories. She took Drew's stability, his purpose, and perhaps, his will to keep fighting. At Kelly's diner, Carly Spencer was venting to Jason Morgan, who sat in his usual calm, stoic pose, coffee in one hand, eyes scanning her expression carefully. "Carly, I'm telling you, Jason, something's off with Drew. He's been quiet for days, barely answering calls. He's avoiding everyone, even Scout. That's not like him." Jason, he's grieving. Ronnie's disappearance hit him hard. "Carly, I get that, but this is more than grief. He's shutting down. I can feel it." Jason nodded slowly, taking another sip. He'd noticed it too. Drew had become reckless lately, going on dangerous missions without backup, refusing help, ignoring safety protocols. That was never Drew's style. "Jason, I'll check on him. Maybe he'll talk to me." Carly looked relieved but still uneasy. "Carly, please do. I can't shake the feeling something terrible is coming." Outside, the rain grew heavier, a fitting soundtrack to Carly's premonition. At ELQ, Valentin Cassadine sat behind his desk, reviewing financial reports when an encrypted email landed in his inbox. It was anonymous, labeled only. Drew Kane, classified data breach. Valentin frowned, opening it. The attached files revealed a horrifying truth. Drew's military files had been reopened, and someone had been manipulating them. His record now labeled him a liability to national security, with orders to investigate his potential connection to a secret arms deal in Afghanistan, the same operation Ronnie had been linked to before she vanished. Valentin leaned back, smirking slightly. "Valentin, oh, Drew, you have no idea what's coming." He picked up his phone and dialed someone. "Valentin, it's me. We have a problem. Kane's about to be exposed. Make sure the press gets the story." The shadow of manipulation had begun, and Drew's downfall was being carefully crafted. That night, Drew met Anna Devane in her office. Her face was tense, and the file on her desk bore his name in bold. "Anna, Drew, I need you to be honest with me. Were you in contact with Ronnie before she left town?" "Drew, you know I was." "She needed help." "Anna, help with what?" "Because these files suggest she was part of an underground intelligence network, one that's being tied to treason." Drew froze. He'd known Ronnie was involved in dangerous things, but treason? "Drew, that's insane. Ronnie would never betray her country." "Anna, maybe not willingly, but she was in over her head. And now, people are dying, and your name is being connected." Anna slid the folder toward him. Inside were surveillance photos, coded messages, and financial transactions traced to a foreign account in Drew's name. He recognized none of it, but that didn't matter. The setup was perfect. "Drew, someone's framing me." "Anna, then find out who. Fast. Because once the Bureau gets wind of this, they'll come for you." Drew clenched his fists. He knew exactly who might be behind it, Valentin Cassadine. Drew returned home and found a flash drive slipped under his door. No note, no signature, just a familiar symbol, a small carved star. Ronnie's symbol. His heart raced. He plugged it into his laptop, and the screen flickered before a video appeared. Ronnie's face, pale but determined. "Ronnie, video, if you're watching this, I'm gone. And you're next. They're coming for you, Drew. The Cassadines, the Bureau, everyone. They think I leaked something I wasn't supposed to, but it wasn't me. It was someone close to you. Someone you trust. Ronnie, you have to disappear. Don't trust anyone. Especially not the Quatermains. And if you see Jason, tell him I never meant for this." The video ended abruptly. Drew sat frozen, the weight of her words crushing him. Disappear? Leave Scout? Leave everything behind again? No. He wouldn't run this time. He'd end it, once and for all. At Sonny Corintha's penthouse, Drew showed up unexpectedly. Sonny, always 2 steps ahead, already knew trouble was brewing. Sonny, Valentin's been stirring up rumors. Word is, the feds are reopening your file. Drew, let them. I'm done running. Sonny, then you're gonna die. You and I both know once the bureau starts moving, there's no stopping it. Drew, I'm not afraid of dying. But I won't go down as a traitor. Ronnie's gone because of this. I'm not letting them destroy her memory. Sonny sighed, seeing the fire in Drew's eyes. He'd seen that same look before, in men who didn't plan on surviving. Sonny, if you're going to take a stand, make it count. Drew, I intend to. 2 days later, chaos erupted at Pier 47. A shipment, supposedly belonging to ELQ, had been intercepted by federal agents. Inside the crates, weapons, encoded chips, and falsified manifests, all pointing directly to Drew Kane. By morning, every news outlet in Port Charles was buzzing. Hero turned traitor? Drew Kane under federal investigation. Carly was furious, Jason was livid, and Valentin was pleased. Valentin, to himself, goodbye, Drew Kane. You were never built for this game. At the Quartermain mansion, Ned confronted Drew, waving the newspaper in his face. Ned, you've put this entire family at risk. ELQ is finished. Drew, I didn't do this. You know me better than that. Ned, do I? Because ever since Ronnie showed up, nothing but trouble has followed you. Monica, entering, that's enough. Drew is family. Her voice cracked slightly, the matriarch torn between loyalty and fear. She touched Drew's arm gently. Monica, just tell me the truth. Did you trust Ronnie? Drew, with my life. Tears welled in Monica's eyes. She'd seen too many men broken by love and loyalty. Drew was about to be the next. Late that night, Drew sat alone on the docks, staring at the dark water. He pulled out his phone and recorded a final message to Scout. Drew, recording, hey, Peanut. Daddy loves you more than anything in the world. I wish I could be there to watch you grow up, to teach you how to fight for what's right. But sometimes, fighting means making choices that hurt. Be brave, sweetheart. Be kind. And remember, I'm always with you. He sent the message to Carly, trusting her to deliver it when the time came. Moments later, headlights appeared in the distance. Black SUVs. The bureau had arrived. Drew took a deep breath. He wasn't running this time. What happened next would haunt Port Charles forever. Gunfire echoed across the docks as Drew exchanged fire with the agents. Jason, hearing the commotion, arrived just in time to see his brother cornered. Jason, Drew. Stop. Don't do this. Drew, I can't let them win. Jason tried to reach him, but in that instant, a grenade rolled across the pier. A single explosion ripped through the night sky, sending flames high above the water. When the smoke cleared, all that remained was Drew's dog tag, scorched, twisted, and silent. Jason dropped to his knees, clutching the tag to his chest. Jason, whispering, you didn't deserve this, brother. The next morning, the news hit every screen in Port Charles. Drew Kane confirmed dead, hero or traitor. Carly sobbed uncontrollably, holding Scout close as Sonny tried to comfort her. Monica collapsed into tears at the mansion. Even Valentin, for all his arrogance, looked shaken, though whether from guilt or fear, no one knew. Anna closed Drew's file quietly, whispering to herself, Anna, he died protecting something we'll never understand. Behind the scenes, the General Hospital production world erupted with news that sent fans into chaos. Breaking, Cameron Mathison fired from General Hospital. The headlines exploded across entertainment media. According to insider sources, the decision was creative direction. But fans weren't buying it. They killed off Drew again. Cameron deserved better. GH lost another hero. On social media, fans began trending #Justice for Drew and #Bring Back Cameron Mathison, demanding ABC reconsider. Cameron released a heartfelt statement. Playing Drew Kane has been an incredible journey. I love the fans, the cast, and this family. Sometimes stories end before we're ready, but I'm proud of the legacy Drew leaves behind. Thank you for letting me tell his story. The message broke hearts everywhere. Even co-stars like Laura Wright, Carly, and Steve Burton, Jason, posted tributes, calling Cameron one of the kindest, most professional men on set. A week later, General Hospital held a memorial service for Drew Cain. The chapel was filled with everyone whose life he'd touched: Jason, Carly, Sonny, Anna, Sam, Scout, even Valentin. Carly spoke first, her voice trembling. "Carly, Drew wasn't perfect. But he was good, honest, strong, brave. He loved his family, and he never stopped fighting for what was right. Port Charles will never be the same without him." Jason stepped up next, visibly emotional. "Jason, he was my brother, not by blood, but by choice. And that's the bond that matters most. He deserved peace. I hope he found it." In the back row, a shadowy figure in a hood watched silently. When the crowd left, the figure stepped forward and placed a single rose on the altar, beside Drew's photo. It was Ronnie. Her eyes glistened with tears as she whispered, "Ronnie, I told you not to come for me, but you always did, didn't you?" And then she vanished, leaving behind only the faint scent of rain and regret. 2 months later, Anna Devane received a classified envelope marked confidential, Project Decode. Inside were photos, blurry surveillance images from a remote airfield in Eastern Europe. One of them showed a man walking with a limp, wearing a tattered jacket, his face mostly hidden. But the resemblance was unmistakable. It was Drew Cain. Anna's hands shook as she whispered, "Anna, you didn't die, did you?" Port Charles moved on, but not without scars. Carly took Scout under her wing. Jason continued to search for answers. Sonny, ever the strategist, began quietly investigating Valentin's role in Drew's fall. Meanwhile, Valentin's empire began to crumble. Anonymous leaks, hacked files, mysterious transfers. Someone was dismantling his operations from the shadows. Late one night, Valentin's phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. "You took everything from me. Now it's your turn." DC. Valentin paled. DC, Drew Cain. In a dimly lit safe house far from Port Charles, Drew sat by the window, bandages around his arm, a faint scar across his temple. Ronnie entered quietly, setting down a tray of food. "Ronnie, you should have stayed dead. It's safer that way." Drew, half smiling, "You know me. I never do what's safe." "Ronnie, then what now?" He turned to face her, eyes burning with vengeance. "Drew, now we take back everything they stole. Port Charles isn't done with me yet." Outside, thunder rolled across the sky. The war for truth had only just begun. The shocking twist of Drew's apparent death, followed by Ronnie's secret return and hints of survival, sets up the next explosive arc for General Hospital. Fans may have lost Cameron Mathison on screen, but Drew's spirit still haunts every shadow of Port Charles, promising one final reckoning.